Hey guys, what's up? Matazuki here, and I haven't recorded in a while, so I figured I would, um, because that's a thing that I need to start doing again, because I've been stockpiling a whole crap ton of battles, and I really need to start recording them and uploading them, because I haven't uploaded in a while, and it's something that I really need to get back into the habit of too. I'm lazy. I am. It's kind of bad at this point. I've also been sick and a whole bunch of other great, wonderful things. Anyway, I wanted to pause the video here because I wanted to talk quickly about this team. Right now, it's kind of work in progress. I pretty much have it smoothed out to a way that I really, really like it actually, and it works really well. And it's scary, and it's arguably one of the best teams I've ever thrown together. Originally, now I call this a concept team because it's really based around a concept. If you haven't noticed, it's actually I know people who have done it in higher tiers, but I've never really seen it done in never used. So I figured I would make a Volt turn team, and it's pretty scary. So I went into the Smokin database and cross-referenced a whole bunch of stuff that got Volt Switch and U-turn and weren't completely shitty and had pretty decent synergy. And this is one rendition of the team that I came up with. In my newer team, I took off Mandibuzz because there's no real advantage to having it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, so let's begin the battle. He's going to lead with Torterra. I'm going to lead with Luminion. I'm going to lead with Luminion because he threatens most of his dudes, and I figure if he wants to start with whoever, I can strike back accordingly because Luminion, Fishy has pretty good coverage. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, and I do get the freeze on the Kingler, but he has Lumberry because that's my luck, and he's a Sword Dancing set. Not that it really matters because his Crab Hammer misses my Mandibuzz, and I take it out with Dark Pulse because this Mandibuzz is choice specs and it does a lot of damage, and I have weak armor, so when his Golem comes in and starts firing off Rock Blast, my defense falls, and I'm like, if he hits me twice, I can do a lot of crazy shit with Mandibuzz, but he hits me 3 times and I die. So I have to go back into my Luminion because, as I said before, he pretty much threatens everyone on his team. The only problem is this War Turtle, which I had a feeling would come in, so I went for the Hidden Power Grasp, because if you wanted to keep it in Golem, it would kill Golem, and if you wanted to bring in a War Turtle, it would do a little bit of damage, because damage is a thing that's important when you're trying to kill the other Pokemon. I'm going to bring in Swellow, and I just start firing off Brave Birds because I'm like, I really just want to get this War Turtle out of the way. I don't want to mess up my Raichu because I may... I don't know. I didn't really need Raichu, so it probably would have made more sense to go into Raichu and kill this War Turtle off. But I used Swellow instead because Brave Bird is a thing. And when you have Brave Bird, you use it against everything. Anyway, we get a double down. He goes into his Torterra. And I go into my Luminion, which is Scarfed, so it's going to be super, super fast. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, because at this point, Ice Beam is going to do at least neutral damage on all of his dudes, and it was, the best attack still. But he switches into Charizard to resist it, so I go into Primeape. I'm not sure why, I guess just to preserve Luminion, because I figured I needed to kill all of his dudes, and he's going to switch into Torterra, and he's going to take that Stone Edge like a boss, which is pretty nice, and things are going to happen. And this Probopass, this choice specs, and it's going to kill Torterra because I'm skipping ahead to catch up. Anyway, now my Primate's going to die because I switched it out before. That's what happened. I forgot. I'm looking at the screen, and I forget what happens. But as he dies, I'm going to go into my Luminion because it's going to mess up everything, and, Surf is going to demolish Astralich, and not even Zebstrika can outspeed. Max Speed, I think it's Max Speed Scarf Luminion, and he's just going to clean up house. So, I bet you've never seen a game where Luminion actually poses as a, legitimate threat, but that's something that happened here, and my rating that game went up from 1597, 1597 to 1614. That was an old game. I'm at like just under 1700 now. But I don't really care about rating. It's not really that important to me. I play Pokemon for fun. except for when I play games that are completely filled with hacks. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you a second battle, which I will be right back in just a second. Alright, battle 2. It's pretty much the same theme. Team, not theme. It's pretty much the same team. The only difference is that instead of Mandaboos, I have Zebstrika, the electric racing horse, zebra thing, and he has Zebstrika, and that could be really cool. But you know, I don't want to spoil anything. Um, Anyway, we're both going to lead with our own probo passes, but here's the secret. Mine is choice specs, as I told you guys last game. I don't know why I'm reiterating something. But I'm going to Volt Switch out because I really have nothing I can do against him, and with his balloon I can't Earth Power, so I had to pop his balloon at least, so, maybe I could Earth Power later. I'm going to go back into my Probopass because Probopass is not phased by Altaria, because there's not really a whole lot Altaria can do to Probopass. It can't Toxic it because it's Steel type, and it can't hit me with anything like Dragon Pulse or anything for a lot of damage, so I go into Probopass and I kill him with a couple of Power Gems, because that's what you do when you have a Spec Probopass. You use attacks. You lock yourself into attack and you use it. I go out into Luminion here because I figure he's gonna try and shell smash, but Caracosta is like really, really, really slow. And I still outspeed it, and I get a surf off. I should have gone. I outspeed it even with the Tailwind, which is actually pretty impressive. That's kind of a testament to how fast. That means I'm definitely max speed, like I was wondering about last game. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought, but long story short, Caracosta dies, and Primate dies, and now we're all caught up. This narration is terrible, but I don't feel like doing another take. Anyway, I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon because, it's going to be solid damage on anything that comes in, or I thought at the time. Because I think this is the game. This might be the match, but as we may may or may not learn a little while, Electric apparently is resistant to Steel type. I have been playing Pokemon ever since the day it came out, and I was not aware of that, apparently. So, because I am super intelligent. Anyway, Skull's not going to do anything because name I can't say is not, especially potent at all. And Probopass is a big fat dude with a lot of defense, so I can kill it with a couple of Volt Switches going back and forth between Probopass and Raichu, and he is going to bring out his Electric Eel, and this is where I'm like, I should just Flash Cannon because it's going to do a crap ton of damage. But no, it doesn't, because I discover that Lightning types are resistant to Steel. I don't know, I guess it's just not a common matchup where you're using a Steel attack against a Lightning type. It's just, how often does that happen? I took a swing and I missed it. I guess I would have been better off going for Power Gem, but hindsight is 2020. Actually, it's 2025, which apparently is better than 2020 vision, according to what I've been told. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, so he's gonna overheat, and something's going to die, and he's going to bring in his Zebstrika and start flame charging, but not a little bitch. So my Zebstrika takes that really, really, really well, and then he's going to go out to Probopass, and that's going to be his last dude, so I just figured, hey, I'm going to go for the overheat, just because I know it's not going to kill, because it's not super effective, and it's unstab, and my attack is down. My special attack is down, which lets me just bring in Raichu, my last Pokey, and kill it off with a Thunderbolt, because that's what you do with Raichu, especially when it's choice spec. You bring it in and you use Thunderbolt. I don't know why any of these Pokemon aren't nicknamed right now, because I have really, I have terrible nicknames for all of them. So I need to go into my Showdown account and do that thing. And yes, I did change my name because I was planning on starting a second channel, but I decided against it, at least for now. I have it set up in case I ever want to use it. So that's a thing. Anyway, once stuff and things, and yeah. So I'm gonna have one more battle for you. I will see you in just a couple seconds. All right, last battle, same team. You know the drill. Probopass. Don't really have to go over Probopass. I thought I'd be faster. Turns out I'm not. Fun fact: Probopass is slow as you know a hunk of fat steel because that's exactly what Probopass is with the rock typing included. So he's gonna put me to sleep because I actually forgot that Parasect gets Spore because you practically never see it, and I don't know. I forgot that it got Spore, but I'm gonna be put asleep, and I'm gonna say until I wake up because I really don't want anything asleep. Because if something's asleep on this team, I lose a lot of potential momentum. But I'm gonna be Volt switching around, and he's gonna go out into his Ghost Shed Ninja, which of course I can't hit with anything but super effective moves, which is why I go into Probopass to try and freak him out with the Power Gem, which he switches Octillery into and gets critted. I want to say the crit mattered. I know Octillery's defenses aren't, they're subpar to say the least, so I'm not sure if it really made a difference or not. But he's going to bring in Whitney, his mill tank, or her mill tank, and he's going to kill me off. Or no, he doesn't kill me off. I switch out after he hits me with a thing, and then he uses Milk Drink, and stuff happens, and I go for the Stone Edge when he switches out because I think I had a good feeling that Shedinja was coming in. I killed that thing. Then he brings in Parasect, and I decided to stay in because at that point Stone Edge would be super effective, and he couldn't put me to sleep with Spore because Primeape gets Vital Spirit, and that's what I'm running. After that happens, I switch out into Probopass just to kind of sack it at this point because I don't necessarily need it. And I'm going to do a shit ton of damage with Volt Switch to his War Turtle here. I think he has the same name on his War Turtle as the other guy did. Did I fight someone else with a War Turtle? I probably did. I've been seeing a lot of War Turtles recently, but anyway. So Raichu's gonna get Toxic, and I'm gonna Volt Switch and kill him off, and he's gonna go into Garbodor, and I'm gonna live a Gunk Shot, which is actually really surprising to me because Abstrika is frail as Chinese rice paper. Can't handle his Abyssal Sword worth shit. Um, but I'm going to do another crap ton of damage to this Miltank, and then I'm going to go into Swellow because I figure I could just clean up with Choice Banded Brave Bird because I'm running a Choice Banded Swellow. I don't know if I talked about that earlier. But yeah, this Swellow is not Facade Guts boosted, which I think is a much harder set to play effectively, especially on momentum-based teams. I guess it could work, but I like Choice Banded better because Choice Banded Brave Birds, they're pretty scary and they win me games. And I won this game, which is why I'm showing it to you guys. I mean, not to say that I only show you games where I win, but mostly I do because the games where I lose because I play terribly. So that's the thing. That's pretty much the team that I've been using, and I like it a lot. And you probably are going to be seeing a lot of it in the future because I have a lot of stockpiled videos. I will be showing you guys these at some point. I'm gonna try and upload at least one battle a day because it's been a while. I decided to do not one, not two, but three battles. Limited edition, triple header, something that doesn't happen often. And I got a capture card device for, the consoles, which is a thing I could do once I pick out a game that isn't completely crap that I would want to play for you guys that, I still know works. Or I could play a crappy game for the hell of it. And anyway, I'm talking about things that, don't really matter to you anymore. So you probably left this video a long time ago, closed it out, and stopped watching because you don't like the sound of my voice. So I'm going to let you stop dealing with it. Okay, bye.